Hi there. I'm Gabriel Hernandez. This is Watcher DM, and today we're going to go and do our adventure guide for A Kiss to Build a Dream On by Austin Home. This is an adventure for 4 characters of level 7. It plays in about 3.5 hours, and it is 5e compatible. It is a dream delve, and it is the sequel to The Trouble with Dreams, which is the other dream adventure by Austin Home. The art here is by Paul Brown, and yeah, before we get into it, I'd like to ask you if you like our channel or you like these videos to go ahead and click like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Also, if you like the work that we do, you can find us on DriveThruRPG, on itch.io, or on WatcherDM.com. Or you can come join our Patreon, where we're delivering fresh new content, I think at this point, basically every day. And for just a couple of bucks a month, you'll get access to our entire backlog of adventures and content. And we look forward to it. And thank you so much. And thanks to our patrons for supporting us. All right, let's get into this. A Kiss to Build a Dream On is the sequel to The Trouble with Dreams, in which Queen Aisling had insomnia that needed to be cured. Now that she is free of her insomnia, she has become something of an avid dreamer. A little too avid in the eyes of some. Her courtiers and advisors basically are like, look, you're doing a little too much sleep and a little too much dreaming here. So the adventurers have been assembled to mount an expedition into the realms of slumber. With the aid of an uneasy somnomancer, a magic spell, and an ice pick, a rift to the realms of slumber is opened. Warning, you die in the realms of slumber, you'll be damned to walk, sleepwalking the rest of your life. A fate worse than death. This adventure also provides the group with an interdimensional valise, which is basically a bag of holding, except that it can also carry dream creatures from the dream world into the waking world. This is a really, really fun idea that, if the party can hold on to the interdimensional valise after this adventure, being able to bring things to and from the dream world can be great fodder for future adventures. Also in this adventure, the queen rewards the party with a knighthood and an estate, which has a gold piece value, but ultimately it's land and title, which is something pretty unique, I think, in most adventure modules. You won't usually find land and title put in as a reward, but at level 7, it's about the right level for the party to start kind of working in domain play, and so this adventure makes an opportunity for that. All right, so we go over the general features of the adventure. By and large, this is a point crawl, so moving between the areas takes about 10 minutes. Dream creatures have intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, and languages of the closest mortal, because dream creatures are made from the consciousness of mortals. When a mortal is nearby, the dream creatures kind of reflect that mortal's preferences and wills and kind of their mind. Also, adventurers have a 30-foot fly speed, but you shouldn't tell them this in the realm of dreams. It is something that they should discover, but they should discover it on their own by just trying to fly. Or, like, say I fly, how do you fly? Well, I step on the air and then I lift my other foot, and like, now you're flying, because that's how dreams work. And then to return from the land of dreams, you just need to go to sleep in the land of dreams and you'll wake up. Aisling awakens in 8 hours, and so the idea is to finish the point crawl before the 8 hours is up. So in this adventure, the DM should be keeping track of time in 10-minute increments, and your goal is to have everything done in 8 hours. So that's 48. All right. 6 times 8, 48. Yeah. It's 48 basically cycles, or 10-minute cycles. The first area is the Borders of Sleep. which are guarded by a fastidious border guard, Hornelius the Rhinoceros. And he is explaining to two disgruntled insomniacs, he's used the Berserker stat block, that they are too tired to sleep. They are correctly, but ineffectually, pointing out that this is ridiculous. This argument goes on for an hour. So basically, this is the party's kind of, this is a test of whether the party is willing to burn time to avoid a fight, which of course they may well be, or if they try cutting, they will be in for a fight. And if they just try and talk their way into this, Cornelius just says, excuse me, at ever escalating volumes. So this is a lot of fun. For those who waited and get the questions from the border guard, he asks some pretty fun questions. Business or pleasure? How do you sleep at night? What's your dream job? If you could relive that conversation you had 10 years ago, what would you say differently? Don't worry about the answers. Everyone's welcome in the realms of slumber, except insomniacs, of course. But getting your party to answer some of these questions can be a lot of fun. As always with Watcher DM Adventures, you'll see we've got our encounter types emojis here, so it's easy to tell what you should expect from an encounter, and of course the XP to give your party should they kind of get the favorable outcome. Area 2 is the Blanket Fortress, where the Dreaming King, who uses the Mage stat block, is basically playing make-believe. He's just having a good old time here. The party can interact with him and ask him questions, but if they go at him at all, or if he's attacked or threatened, basically, he'll just vanish, and the fight turns into 7 rugs of smothering. This can be pretty deadly. Be careful if your party doesn't have good tools for dealing with grapple, as they can very quickly become overwhelmed by the rugs and choked out. There's 7 of them. That can be a lot. Moving on from here. Oh, by the way, the art here shows the path. So from 2, the Blanket Fort, you can go on to the Pillow Fight here, or to the Electric Sheep here. So we're going to go to 3, the Pillow Fight. And this is a fun encounter where 2 gangs of pillows are engaged in a savage battle for territory. So it's a literal pillow fight. We've effectively used the animated armor stat block, but they're pillows instead of armor. So they look like pillows when they're not moving, essentially. The party can kind of ally with one side or the other, or they can try brokering a truce, or they can just dispatch everyone if they want to get through this encounter. But it can be fun to kind of play this off like any type of gang fight that you might want to represent. So if it's a 1930s style, gangsters shooting each other in the streets of Chicago style, go nuts. Or if it's maybe more of 50s style, street dancers, Grease kind of gangs fighting each other in the streets, that works too. An Android's Dream is Area 4, and this place features 4 electric sheep, whose stat blocks are blue dragon wormlings. They can be pacified with animal handling checks, but otherwise they will try and get rid of trespassers. So, smells like ozone. In Area 5, which is out here. Actually, you're going to end up going through Area 6 to get there, so let's do Area 6 first. The Overwhelms. So this is a market and a battlefield. So it kind of reflects that time in dreams when a place is 2 places. Like it's kind of made up of different things. So you're in a grocery store, but it's also a battlefield. So you run into an old acquaintance and must make catch-up chit-chat while also holding off 16 hungry spice-time demons or goblins. So yeah, it's a goblin fight, but in the meantime, you should be distracting the players with, interacting with their some old acquaintance who wants to catch up with them. And yeah, you cannot acknowledge the combat in the conversation. You become poisoned by shame. Uh, Pretty fun mechanic there. This number 7 here is the bottomless chasm. Actually, I think we need to go back to the King of Idiots here. Let's just do the King of Idiots. The King of Idiots holds court amidst idyllic hills, seeking his successor. So he won't talk to anybody with an intelligence above 9. And if he can find somebody with intelligence lower than that, or lower than 10, he will give such a person the crown of the idiots, which bestows -2 intelligence, +2 charisma, and technically kingship. This is useful later on. The bottomless chasm is exactly what it seems to be. You need to fly over it to get to area 8. That's kind of the only thing it gatekeeps, but also to fly over it, all you have to do is realize you're in a dream and you can fly, which is kind of what this is here for. If you get to 8, it's a sailor's dream of home. So this is kind of the cozy resting opportunity. And if the party is kind to the dreams here, they can walk away with a ring of swimming. And yeah, then we move on to area 10 or 9 here. There is a desert of unsent letters, which is just a shifting dunes of unsent letters. And yeah, you kind of have to just try and get through this. It's like a mail slide, basically. And crossing on foot takes an hour. So this is one of those cases where it's just a time sink to move across it. And then if you have to dig your friends out of a mail slide, it takes even more time. And yeah, if a mail slide occurs, you can find an envelope addressed to the youngest adventurer containing a scroll of hallucinatory terrain. It'll be a lot of fun. In the center of the map here is a grotesque school with a crooked shack, and there is a sobbing child-sized banker. He will awaken and vanish upon interaction. Inside, anti-teacher is the master of this ghoulish schoolhouse. She fights as a night hag, and her 2 students are shadows that drain intelligence rather than strength. We call them dim shades. And yeah, the school just kind of is what it is. It is an anti-intelligence school. So yeah, she attacks those who stand up for themselves and slowly tortures anyone who doesn't. 11 here is the snooty door. There's an amazing party going on the other side. And this arrogant green door won't let you through. He says it's not for commoners, only royalty and their closest vassals. Patents of nobility have no effect. He recognizes only dream royalty. So without the crown of the idiots, he will bar you from Area 13. So let's say Area 13. That should be Area 14. Gotta fix that. He can't be destroyed, but he can be picked. And the whole time you're picking him, he screams bloody murder, and it gets pretty weird. So you should definitely play up the pain of the snooty door. See what happened here. All right, yeah. 12 is the Nightmare Sculptor. This is a friendly, eyeless sculptor who has spent decades perfecting a sculpture of his deceased sweetheart. He's hidden it behind a curtain, and he will encourage anyone interested to feel her with their hands so they can see her as he did. If you touch a statue without peeking, the experience is rapturous. You heal. This is a healing opportunity. But if the party sees the statue, they may end up gasping in horror, as it is, in fact, quite hideous. And if they gasp, the statue comes to life as a Medusa. And so the party will have to deal with the Medusa. The Smoker's Dream is just a inky, toxic, narcotic swamp of cheroots and trees of tar. Um, and basically, this is an effect that gives you, if you smoke it, you get a coughing fit that launches viscous black cables like the web spell. And this is useful against the end guy here. Your wildest dreams is Area 14, which is a stained glass city. There is kind of a lot going on here with 4 wig-wearing barrister apes, and a giant ape in lewd makeup. And when the giant ape is slain, a white aboleth will gush out in waist-deep seawater. So it's difficult terrain for anyone without a swim speed. If they have the ring of swimming, that's pretty helpful for this fight. But this fight is kind of insane. It's basically it's the boss fight of the adventure. If they go to Area 15, this is the nursery of octogenarian babies. And yeah, the infants here offer periaptive health to those who spend a half an hour babying them and listening to their stories of the past. These are like 80-year-old babies. Like, they're little baby children, but they have, they're like Benjamin Buttons that are young but old. If that makes any sense. And then, yeah, 16, Beyond Your Wildest Dreams. This is the guy you gotta get. He is the man of everyone's dreams. His name is whatever you want it to be. And yeah, you should ham this guy up. He is a role-playing experience, exquisite. Like, he is flirtatious and just, yeah, he's kind of lewd. He's like mostly naked, wearing, just a loincloth and eating peeled grapes and covered in oil. And that's the gimmick. That's the gotcha. Is you got to get him into that valise bag. But to do that, you got to grapple him, and he has advantage of grappling checks because he is well oiled. So he grapples as a gladiator, but he will not actually fight. So this is just about getting him into the bag, which you can of course use the cheroots to do. There's a couple of other sneaky ways to get this solved, and of course, always defer to your players if they have a great idea for capturing this guy. You should entertain it. But yeah, this is the adventure and the conclusion here. If you manage to get him back to the waking world, good Queen Aisling will be disappointed to find that he is not the man she thought he was. Indeed, he is a 2-foot-tall polychromatic dream goblin. Some things, it seems, are sweeter left as fantasy. Her Majesty rewards the heroes, and it returns to matters of state. The day is saved, and the goblin, free to live out his own dreams, becomes a romance novelist. This can be a fun opportunity to kind of inject a romance novelist into your world, so I recommend everyone do that. It's a lot of fun. As always, we provide the stat blocks here for the different creatures that are found in the adventure. And keep an eye out as I'll be updating the adventure with corrected reference here. And yeah, that is the adventure. A Kiss to Build a Dream On. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I have enjoyed running this adventure many times. And yeah, if you like this adventure or don't like this adventure or think we did it wrong or you've played it and I want to talk about anything like that, please feel free to sound off in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's everything I've got for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay weird, my friend.